regulation can decrease innovation. So, at least for me personally, that's the biggest fear.
We were kind of talking about payments, but obviously as things change, digital expansion, automation, real-time payments, the other thing we'll see is regulation. What's the kind of hot topic? What's the current trend from a regulatory perspective? Are regulators, large companies, are they seeing AI as beneficial or are they seeing it as a threat? What are we seeing in the regulatory landscape?
AI, at least lately, has been talked about with an amount of fear and threat to humanity that is really over the top. I don't see that amount of risk that many people are saying that the AI is going to take over the world, like in a Terminator scenario. And I think one of the fears that many people in the industry have is that fear contaminates regulators and produces some sort of regulatory capture where regulation is written that gives access or control to AI to just a small number of players, maybe very large players.
And do you think regulators are in a position to regulate? Do you think they have the knowledge? Do you think they're talking to the right people? I heard Elon Musk spends a lot of time with the regulators, for example. Are you comfortable with the way that process is taking place, or is there anything you would change?
That's a great question. And there's, of course, lots of regulators in many different geographies, US, Europe, in many different regions of the world, in Asia. And they are doing things similar, but not exactly the same. But clearly, I think not everyone that should be at the table is at the table. So biggest organizations are at the table, but I see less participation from the open source community, from universities, from smaller companies, from startups. So I think there are not so many voices. The diversity of opinions is not as high as I think it should.
And I've seen that within banks as well. A lot of the people making the decisions, the policies, often are not people that are experts in the things that they're opining on. They're experts in risk, but not necessarily experts in AI.